It smells really good in here. Good morning. We're in Hamilton on Locke Street South, a brand new store called Forrest and Harbour. Smelling good in here, looking good, and we're going to learn about what's inside. Dakota, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you for having us.
So
it's a beautiful store, and we're excited to be here. I'm excited to learn a little bit more about what's making this store smell so good.
Yeah, so I started my business 2 years ago. I make candles, wax melts, room sprays, and perfume. Everything else you see inside here is 120 other small businesses all throughout Canada. And a lot of the smell also comes from our soaps, body oils, and all of that.
Oh wait, we're going to focus more on the candles a little bit later, but when you say candles, are they handmade?
Yes, so I actually make them at home in my basement. I have 170 different scents. They are 100% soy, and they are honestly amazing.
So the store, this is your second store.
Yes.
You have another in Grimsby, is that correct?
Yeah, so I actually opened that in April of this year, and
wow.
Yeah, so there's 100 small businesses inside that store as well. So between both stores, you can shop 220 small businesses. And I honestly wasn't even ready to open a second store yet, but I was just casually looking like stores available on Locke Street, and this came up. And I'm very impulsive, but I'm also a really hard worker, and I knew that I could make this happen. So my boyfriend actually just left his job and took this on with me. So it's the two of us doing it together while our kids are in daycare.
Aww.
And speaking of kids in daycare, the name Forrest and Harbour actually comes from my boys. So Forrest is 3 and Harbour is almost 2. Yeah.
That's really sweet. So obviously you're doing something right with these candles and all of these local businesses to have opened a second store.
Yeah.
It's like 2 stores in a year.
Exactly, in 5 months. Yeah,
in
so
5 months.
Under half a year. So we actually ran out of space. If you look inside the Grimsby store, the shelving and the piping is done the exact same. So my dad actually custom builds and paints all this.
Nice.
So we ran out of space there, and I have a wait list of over 600 people waiting to get inside the Grimsby store. And I'm like, well, I don't have any space left. And I really have a passion for small businesses. I always have. So I decided to just do this and get another 120 people in here. And honestly, in a year from now, you can probably find 2 other Forrest and Harbours.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, good for you, Dakota. Okay, coming up a little later, we will focus more on the candles, take a look at some of the other local businesses inside. There's just so much to look at, so much going on. We're going to throw things back to the studio, but we'll be back here at Forrest and Harbour on Locke Street South in Hamilton. I wish our viewers could smell. They can't, but they can see. You're watching television, colors, beautiful items here in this store called Forrest and Harbour. It's on Locke Street South in Hamilton. 99% of the items at this store are all from Canadian small businesses. And we are talking to Dakota this morning. Good morning, Dakota.
Good morning.
So candles, we're going to focus on the candles. Is this how it all began, you making candles at home?
Yeah, so I was actually pregnant with my second Harbour, and I wanted to do something so I wasn't just bored being a stay-at-home mom. And it was honestly just supposed to be a little hobby, and it turned into this 170 candle scents later, wax melts, room sprays, and here I am.
Wow. Okay, can you tell us a little bit about the candles, and are we going to get a little sniffing sample, I hope?
So we'll start with this one. This one's actually my dad's favorite. He's bought a lot of these. This is the campfire, if you want to smell. It smells exactly like a campfire.
How did you do it? Or you can't tell
magic.
us. It really does smell like a campfire.
Yeah, it's very strong.
Amazing.
And then this is actually my #1 scent called Beach Bum. It's a very famous known cream from a store that you can buy this cream. And
I know the cream.
Yes, it is my #1 seller. It's probably the reason why I'm here today. I sell out every day of this in the Grimsby store. Yeah, thank you. And then another couple of good ones are Fruit Loops and Grape Pops. So I'll let you smell the Fruit Loops.
Oh yeah, it's gonna make me hungry. Breakfast morning live.
So,
oh, it really does.
Yeah, so 1.5 years ago, I came out with a 90s nostalgic line. So I did Fruit Loops, Grape Pop, a Sour Patch Kids, Double Bubble, cream soda, and there's one more I can't, Dunkaroo. And I actually was in my basement mixing like a mad scientist until I came out with the Dunkaroo scent. And it pretty much blew up my business, and honestly I've tried to top other collections, but I can't top the 90s one. It's so good, and it's still so popular today.
Wow, I love the 90s. And I mean, obviously you did something right because this is your second store now. What are these little things
So these
here?
are wax melts. I wanted it to look like a candy jar, and a lot of things I do are black and white, so I wanted to have a pop of color.
Nice.
And basically, you pop these inside a warmer, and I'll show you the warmer in a minute. I actually have one going.
Yeah. Okay.
And each cube lasts you about a month, which is really long. I use really high quality wax, and then you can also get it in a pre-packaged, and each cube will last you about 2 weeks as well. So this will last you a very long time, and the price point is honestly so good for what you get.
Yes.
And yeah, I can show you a
if you
warmer
could
I have
show
going.
us, that'd be
for
great.
sure.
You have a warmer already. There's nothing like a really nice smell in a home, and a smell that's familiar. Things from the 90s, some of your favorite tastes, or a favorite cream, or even a campfire, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is actually a warmer I have going. It does take a few minutes to start melting. I have the beach bum in there. And one great thing about the warmers that I sell is it's a silicone base, so it actually just pops right out once the wax hardens. A lot of times you have to go get a knife or a spoon and scrape it out, but this just pops right out, and that's something that actually makes my warmer stand out as well.
Wow, it's beautiful,
super
Dakota.
Easy to clean up. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, we are going to stick around and spend a little bit more time here. Forrest and Harbour on Locke Street South in Hamilton. Thank you, Dakota.
Thank you.
Home sweet home. And I'm thinking a lot of our Hamiltonians right now are thinking, I want this pillow. I want it. It's beautiful. Well, if you want it, you can come down to Forrest and Harbour on Locke Street South in Hamilton. This is their second store opening. A store in Grimsby, so successful, now opening another store. And the great thing about it is 99% of all the items in this store are from Canadian small businesses. Dakota, I love this pillow. I might be taking one home.
Yeah, so that's actually from Palm and Cedar. She's an Ontario small business. Super funny. I actually messaged her last night, and I'm like, we're running low already, and she's on her way here this morning to drop off more pillows. She was making them last night at her house. Yeah, yeah.
So can you tell us about some of the other artisans here in your store?
Sure. So this is actually one of my friend's business, Misbehaved. She actually just opened up a store beside me in Grimsby, which is super exciting. I wear all of her clothes. This is from her. The shoes are from her. The necklace is from her. She actually goes down to Manhattan and LA herself to actually find some of these brands.
Wow.
And yeah, she takes a lot of pride into the things she brings in, as well as we have some dolls.
Oh, these
up here.
dolls. So another local business.
Yeah, so this is a business from Koala Baby. She's in Dunnville, Ontario.
Wow.
And these dolls actually come from Spain. They smell like vanilla. They smell really good.
Can I smell one?
Yeah.
Oh, little
And they're super cute. My son Harbour actually has one of these. He loves it. He puts it to bed.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
oh, this
super
is
cute.
so wonderful.
Yeah.
So what else do you have? I mean, there's so many items. I wish we could cover everything, but you could show us a few more before we throw back to the studio.
We have a local author here from Niagara Falls. We have some dog treats, baby toys, crystals, scrunchies, pajamas. Honestly, this is a one-stop shop for everybody, for everything.
Yeah, Dakota, looking around, I'm seeing everything imaginable, great for gifts.
Exactly. If you name it, it's probably in here.
Yeah, and I would imagine coming up to the holiday season,
Yes.
people will be shopping a lot. I'm just going to put this hat on because I figure it looks good with my little baby. Oh, well, thank you so much, Dakota. We're going to spend a little bit more time here.
Yeah.
Maybe talk about some of your favorite things in the store. Are you even able to pick?
No, probably not.
Well, we'll give you some time to think about it. Back to news, back to commercial breaks on Morning Live. We're here at Forrest and Harbour on Locke Street South in Hamilton. This is me. I do this all the time, and I'm sure watching at home, maybe even back at our studio. Annette, Bob, do you do this? You always forget your bags in the car or at home? I do. And how about this? You gotta love that. Environmentally friendly, yes, no more plastic. Candles, local artisans here, Forrest and Harbour, Locke Street South. So if you want these bags, if this is you, you can come on down. This is a brand new store, the second store, another in Grimsby. Second store opening in 5 months, Dakota. You're doing something right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to talk about a few more items in this store. Pretty much you have everything. What are you holding right now?
Yeah, so this is actually from a small business, Oak and Sunshine, and I think this is super cool because all of her products are actually reversible.
Wow.
So if, say you really want this one and you want to switch it over in your house, like you can do both, and it's super unique. I've never seen that been done before.
And again, 99% of everything in this store is from Canadian small businesses, and we love that, Dakota.
Yes.
All right, tell us more about some of the stuff on these shelves.
Yeah, so we literally have mugs, jewelry, charcuterie boards,
Wow.
shoes, sunglasses, hats, mitts, water bottles, dried floral, athletic gear. If you name it, it's here.
Absolutely, like you said before, a one-stop shop.
Exactly. I wanted it to be a place that you can walk in and you can ask, do you have this? And I hope I do, because there's a good chance it's in here. And honestly, everything is so amazing.
Now, will you be open what days of the week?
Yeah, so I'm open Tuesday to Sunday,
Nice.
11 to 5 throughout the week, and then the weekend is 11 to 4.
And you have a website?
Yes,
Okay.
so right now on my website, it is just my candles and wax
Okay.
melts on there. I am eventually working on getting all the vendors. There is quite a bit to get through.
I
so
bet.
that takes a little bit of time, but I'm hoping by the end of the year I can have everybody on the website.
So pretty much do the vendors, the local artisans, do they approach you? Do you approach them? How does it work?
Yeah, so I actually built a really great following and customer base over the last couple of years, which is why I felt confident enough to do 2 stores. So they actually reached out to me. I have a wait list of almost 700 people in the Grimsby store. In this store, there's about 50 people on the wait list, but I just opened 5 days ago. So it's honestly, it's so surreal, and I couldn't ask for it to be any better than what it is.
Oh, well, it's been great. We're so happy here, Morning Live, visiting
you.
and I might be doing a little bit shopping after this. I think Kyle too. And good luck with everything. The store again
you.
on Locke Street South in Hamilton, folks. Another store in Grimsby. Dakota, thank you so much. And let's support our Canadian small businesses.
100%.
100%. All right, back to you guys.
Thank you.